Hello, I'm Nicholas Parsley, and I'm currently the main developer for AGVis, and today I'd like to go over the multi-layer implementation of AGVis. The primary purpose of multi-layer is to allow users to upload and display more than one set of data at once within AGVis. It also includes a wide array of customization options for displaying said data. At its most basic, to run AGVis with multi-layer, you only need two things: the AGVis directory from Current's GitHub and a way to host its files. For this demonstration, we'll be using Python's HTTP server because it's fast and convenient. Now, if you watched the introduction video, or if you've used AGVis in the past, you're probably aware that running AGVis ordinarily is a bit of a hassle. You have to have both Andes and Dime along with AGVis. You have to install Docker, and you have to wait for the Docker image to build each time you want to run a new session, and you can't even use Windows with it unless you put in even more work. AGVis with multi-layer doesn't need Dime, it doesn't need Docker, and it doesn't need Andes, because it was created with the AGVis independent data reader in mind, meaning that it is all contained solely within AGVis. Furthermore, it can be run on Linux, Windows, Apple, whatever can run, whatever has a web browser basically, since it just needs a way to host the AGVis files. Now, if you're running AGVis with Docker, you don't have to worry either, because it's also currently fully compatible with that method of running as well. To start running AGVis, we need to move to its static folder, and then do python 3 -m http.server. Then go to our browser, go to localhost 8000, since that's the default for http.server, and you'll see that the AGVis map is up and running. The multi-layer menu is this one with the plus minus icon. If you go in there and click add layer, it's going to ask us for an Excel file. Let's go with MPCC. These Excel files, by the way, are the provided cases with the AGVis directory. And if you want to learn a little more about how they're formatted so you can use your own files, that can be found in AGVis's documentation at agvis.readthedocs.io. And if we toggle it on, you can see it shows up. Now, let's go on to some of the customization options. The toggle node and line colors are about what you'd expect. You can use them to give custom colors to your nodes and lines. Let's give this a nice green. So as you can see, they're a bit hideous, but they're different and it shows up. And to say if we want to change it again, it reflects it. And you can turn these off freely if you'd like. The node opacity and line opacity also are about what you'd expect. Nodes are set to full opacity and lines are set to half by default, but if you want darker lines and see-through nodes, you can do just that. Line thickness allows you to change the thickness of the lines. You can make them a little bit thinner or a lot thicker. And node size, you can adjust the size of your nodes. It's quite useful if you have a whole bunch of nodes packed together, because this way you can zoom in and actually get some distinction between them. Now, here's the thing. It's not exactly a multi-layer implementation if it only shows one thing. So let's add in another layer and turn it on. Using IEEE 39 since there's some overlap. And let's turn NPC's custom colors on. And we'll give IEEE its own. There we go. Now, as you can probably tell, the IEEE 39 nodes are rendered on top of the MPCC nodes. If we want to fix that and change the order, we can simply hit prioritize layer. And now the MPC nodes are back on top. And since I'm doing this, might as well show off the delete layer button. If we want to get rid of IEEE 39, you can just say goodbye. And might as well clear out the whole thing. And that's basically all the multi-layer features right now. That brings me to the last topic I want to go on about. As of recording this, there is one main feature that running AGVis with Andes and Dime has that the multi-layer and independent data reader don't, and that's the ability to animate simulation data. If you watched the introduction video, you probably heard me use the phrase AGVis with simulations. That's the main reason why. And that feature is what I'm primarily working on right now. Within the near future, I plan on implementing a way for AGVis to interpret and display pre-run simulation data that can truly be its own standalone piece of software without needing Docker, Andes, or Dime. That's about everything. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you continue to follow the development of AGVis.